What's the difference between yerba mate versus matcha? These two drinks are often compared to each other, and in this video, we're going to see what makes them different. We'll conduct a comparison between matcha tea versus yerba mate when it comes to flavor, production, health benefits, and more. Let's get started. So before we compare yerba mate versus matcha, we should do a brief summary of each. So matcha is essentially a powdered green tea, but it needs to be made from special tea leaves. It's famous for its use in the Japanese tea ceremony, where it's mixed into warm water using a bamboo whisk or chasen. It's very high in caffeine, amino acids, and antioxidants. Yerba mate, on the other hand, is not technically a tea, but rather an herbal infusion that is mostly consumed in South America. It's made from the Ilex paraguayensis plant, which is rich in caffeine and minerals. It's typically consumed in a gourd with a metal straw or bombilla. So to truly understand the differences between mate versus matcha, it's helpful to understand how each of them are produced. Let's take a look at the production process of matcha tea versus yerba mate to see the differences and similarities of each. So before matcha can even be harvested, it needs to be shaded. When the tea plant is exposed to sunlight, it begins to convert theanine into bitter catechins. To produce a sweeter, less bitter tea, the farmer can cut the tea plant off from sunlight so the plant maintains more of its sweet theanine. When we compare the harvesting of mate versus matcha, matcha is a little bit more particular. It needs to be made from only the top 3 to 5 sprouts of the tea plant. These are the youngest leaves, and therefore they are the richest in flavor and nutrients. After the leaves are harvested and collected, the process has only just begun. The leaves need to be steamed in order to lock in these vegetal taste profiles and prevent the tea from turning into a black tea. This is actually pretty similar to the process used to make mate, which we'll discuss later. To produce matcha, the leaves need to have their stems removed because these will detract from the flavor of the tea. Once the stems are removed and the leaves are dried, these tea leaves are referred to as tencha, and they are one step away from becoming matcha. The tea can then be ground up into a fine powder in a large stone mill. This granite mill takes up to an hour just to produce 50 grams of precious matcha powder. So now let's take a look at the production process of mate and see how the two are different and similar. So yerba mate is primarily grown in countries like Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, and Uruguay. The leaves are typically harvested from the yerba mate shrub, or Ilex paraguayensis, which is a species of holly native to the Amazon. The plant prefers warm, consistent temperatures, high humidity, and rich, well-drained soil. The ideal harvesting time is somewhere in between March and September, depending on the region it's being produced. The leaves are harvested by hand with small tools like saws and scissors being used to speed up the process. After the leaves are harvested, they will begin to oxidize naturally and lose their flavor. Similar to green teas like matcha, the leaves will need to be heated to stop this oxidation process and preserve the natural vegetal flavors of the leaf. This process is known as sapecado, and it's a flash heating process unique to mate. If this process is not done properly, you end up with a yellow or brown mate that's considered lower quality. After the sapecado, the leaves are taken through another drying process to reduce 80% of the original moisture, and then they're cut into small squares to be aged for anywhere between a few months to a couple of years. Then the leaves are cut up into even smaller pieces to be packaged into finished yerba mate. The aging process allows for a maturation of flavor and a better drinking experience. A lot of matcha producers will also use a similar aging process to age the tencha leaves before grinding them into a powder. So as you can see, even though the processes of producing yerba mate and matcha are different, there are actually a lot of similarities. The flavor is one of the biggest differences between yerba mate versus matcha. A high-quality matcha is designed to have a smooth, vegetal flavor profile, while yerba mate tends to be more robust. There are two main types of yerba mate, roasted and green mate. The roasted yerba mate has an intense, almost smoky flavor profile, and the green mate is more earthy and slightly astringent. One similarity between mate versus matcha is that both flavors are considered to be an acquired taste, but they are extremely different. The flavor of matcha is quite complex, and a lot of work goes into curating a nuanced taste experience. Most good matcha will have a smooth, milky mouthfeel to it with notes of steamed vegetables and even seaweed. Some matchas will pick up more of these flowery notes, and some will even take on a hint of white chocolate or tofu. So now that we've covered the production of these two teas and the taste profile, let's talk about the caffeine. The caffeine of yerba mate versus matcha is often talked about. Both these teas are considered to be very high in caffeine, but let's find out how they compare. So matcha is generally considered to have less caffeine than yerba mate, but as you'll see here, there are a few reasons why this might not be the case. 1 teaspoon of high-quality, ceremonial-grade matcha contains 68 milligrams of caffeine. If you use 2 teaspoons, you already have more caffeine than most cups of coffee. Also, even though matcha is high in caffeine, it may go unnoticed because you won't get the same jittery effect as you do with coffee. Matcha contains L-theanine, which balances out a lot of the negative effects of caffeine, which is why tea drinkers report having a longer-lasting, calm alert sensation throughout the day. Now, the caffeine levels in yerba mate can vary, but they generally fall in between that of traditional tea and coffee. An 8-ounce cup of yerba mate typically contains around 70 milligrams of caffeine, making it on a similar level to a cup of coffee. The reason the caffeine content is so high might have to do with the fact that the drink is traditionally prepared with a large amount of leaves and only a small amount of water. Speaking of which, let's compare how these two drinks are traditionally prepared. So what makes matcha unique from other types of teas is that it's not infused into water. Because matcha comes in a powdered form, it can be mixed directly into water. This is traditionally done with a bamboo whisk or chasen, and when you mix the powder directly into water, you're consuming the entire leaf, along with all of its benefits. If you use the bamboo whisk and follow the proper whisking technique, you should be able to create a nice green foam on top of the matcha. This contributes to a lighter, airier consistency and a smoother taste profile. So when you compare the preparation of yerba mate versus matcha, mate is more similar to a typical leaf tea. The leaves are infused into water rather than being consumed directly. The difference is, instead of being brewed in a strainer or teapot, yerba mate is brewed directly in the cup and drunk with a straw. The strainer is actually on the metal straw or bombilla itself. This filters out the leaves as you sip the drink, so they stay in the cup and not in your mouth. So finally, let's talk about the health benefits of yerba mate versus matcha. Both of these drinks are considered to be nutritional powerhouses, but which one is better? Yerba mate is rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. It can help support immune health, which aids in the body's defenses against oxidative stress. The high caffeine content of yerba mate contributes to enhanced alertness and focus, coupled with the theobromine and theophylline that foster a calm energy boost. Yerba mate is also thought to aid in digestion, promote cardiovascular health, and potentially assist in weight management. Matcha is actually even higher in antioxidants, and it offers protection against oxidative stress and supports the immune system. Because a cup of matcha contains the entire tea leaf, it can provide a potent source of nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and chlorophyll. Matcha contains a high amount of caffeine combined with L-theanine, which promotes a calm alertness and focused energy that lasts throughout the day. L-theanine is thought to stimulate alpha brainwave activity, which are the same brainwaves stimulated during long periods of meditation. Studies suggest that matcha may aid in metabolism, enhance cognitive function, and contribute to overall well-being. After conducting a thorough comparison of yerba mate versus matcha, it's fair to say that both these teas offer a unique flavor and potent health benefits. They are both drinks that have been enjoyed for hundreds of years, and they can be a great replacement to coffee. If you want to try some matcha tea, you can browse our selection of some of the best matcha teas we found during our travels around Japan. After tasting hundreds of different matcha teas, we've selected these ones as having the best flavor, and they're also rich in caffeine and antioxidants. Try them out for yourself and let us know what you think.